One Westbrook.
Let's get it.
One Westbrook.
Let's get it. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal. I was born in it. You converted. This is not for you. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal. I was born in it. You converted. This is not for you. Handle lights and teddy bears. I'm trying to leave your block romantic. Flicking off the hip. I lead a scene looking like I'm dancing. Ain't one Westworld. Best believe we not gon' stand big titties on a drum. The stick figure looking outstanding. Rip his top with the hands of the Lord. Call that God tears. Send a spear right to the sky and watch his front tear. I'm that nigga cause I run with them niggas. So let's get that clear. Don't question who say I'm the GOAT. I tell them God did. In order to be the best, you gotta beat the best. To me, that's suicide. Of course, I sound cocky to a glizzy eater. Fuck your pride. Don't need a horoscope to see I'm a star, so fuck your sign. You can believe in anything you want, but as for me and mine, God mode. I am what I am, so let's just keep in mind. Don't wanna be like yeah, Kyrie, they wanna be like I. She said she lost until she found me, and then she found a tribe, and then I make a bout face until she called me out of wine. The weapons of our warfare is not carnal. I was born in it. You converted. This is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for it. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal. I was born in it. You converted. This is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for it. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. All time, no questions asked. We come and find you. His problems, my problems, and I'm standing behind you. Stepping with style. I'm standing on shit in my product. I take on the crowd. Tell them all throw in the towel. Half moon with a silencer. Make it sound like a howl. We the shit. We about movements with a growl. Heavy is the head with the crown. When I take it, I'm proud. I get the order. Bring my sword back wet with a smile, nigga. I'm an Israelite rapper, nigga. Would never hit his wife, but I'll go at you. I make commitments to a gun if I'm talking about a tantrums. Nigga said he a stand-up dude, that mean we laughing, nigga. Jumped on the beat, start snapping, you leaving fractures. Red and green bean, I'm Gucci, you thinking fashion. Dad go shoot for the green, and I ain't talking St. Patrick. You screaming all lives, I'm screaming all guns matter. Keep it biblical, talking in parables, cause it matter. If I say bring Jake up, I'm talking about a ladder. He was the wave till I came with the fire, no John the Baptist. Who cared you did it first? You should be worried about who after. I'm connected in any habitat, shit I adapted. Nose job on a brand new snub is all plastic. That's why I show up the court with jeans on, I'm never slacking. You a rapper turned Israelite, I'm an Israelite rapping. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal. I was born in it. You converted. This is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for it. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. Weapons of our warfare is not carnal. I was born in it. You converted. This is not for you. Leave an imprint of my legacy with a spot for it. No way you can endure to the end if you not loyal. All time, no questions asked. We come and find you. His problems, my problem. Stepping with style, I'm standing on shit on my product. I take on the crowd. Tell them all throw in the towel. Throw in the towel. Heavy is the head with the crown. When I take it, I'm proud. I get the order, bring my sword back wet with a smile, nigga. One Westworld. One Westworld. Let's get it. Don't be sure, tell them make sure. If not, we gon' make war. Clips say it hold 20, but I think it could take more. Grab a stick, fire on your camp, we gon' make s'mores. I ain't satisfied with my spot, then I'ma take yours. No matter how many roadblocks in my way, I'ma break forward. This path I'm on is so damn narrow, I just stay forward. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, I just ate more. Put them on my plate, I'm never full, give me 8 more. Nigga, I don't sugarcoat shit, bitch, I'm straightforward. Don't give a fuck if they don't let me in, I just break doors. Ballin' so hard, they asking what team that I play for. Skimmer who? They ain't stopped making guns when they made yours. Sick with it, feeling like I woke up with stage 4. They ain't want the beast loose, what they opened up the cage for. Endure the pain, been through hard times is what I'm made for. Paid my dues, never left a wage, I just rage war. So many chains and gold teeth, this the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world, got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Still against all enemies. In high school, you was the man that's lost memory shit. Lost energy, never lost my energy. Never lose control, never losing, dog, I plan to keep. You lose your mind where I'm from, I ain't talking from what you see. I never lost soul, losing times, wasting steady pace, and you off track, I'm on that. You pray to God, hoping different angles. This another lost cause, and I'm just adding to the list. They not seeing me for that reason, got a flash on the grip. Nigga, big increase. They gon' judge me by my increase, and I'ma keep stepping in these joys to the increase. Just got off the phone with Jacob, and he said it's time to shine. Certified, blue dot, put it on you. Now you not sleep, it's not cheap, and it's still top 3.
So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Came on boats and then chains, so when I get rich, I'ma grab a boat and 10 chains with 12 ribs from each tribe. And each rib gonna have at least 3 kids. Yeah, I'ma have the deep squad. Been rapping since knee high. Now a nigga shack size. One Westworld, yeah, you niggas know the logo. And I'ma bust it down so the haters see the glow glow. Let's have a feast, let's shine on our enemies. Right in they face, let's blind not. Throw that cash on the ground, my nigga, let's cast lots. I started from the bottom, birthed out of mud. Raised by gangsters, turned out a thug. I ain't give a fuck, burnt out I was. From hitting licks in and out and selling nicks in the drop.
So many chains and gold teeth, it's the blood of a slave. Sit on a throne with a gold crown from the blood of a slave. This is our world. Got it from the mud to the grave. Become a thing in the past, don't be a story in my page.
Hey, what's good, Zariah, man? What's up?
Get your ass up.
Oh, man, you always be tripping. What's going on, man?
What's good, Red?
Hey, man, they was clowning you at work today, man.
So?
I mean, we watched the video a couple times, but we really couldn't tell if it was you.
Yo, how's your eye?
Oh, it's cool.
God damn!
What's up, Op? What's up, Op? Yo, let me get one of them flyers, man. Man, I ain't giving you shit. You better get the hell out of here before Cat Pop come out here. Man, come on, man. Why you gotta be like that, man? I'm trying to come to class, man. Why you acting crazy?
Man, you need to go do that.
Man, I ain't giving him shit.
Man, what? Man, you ain't gonna give me shit. We need brothers to come to class.
Damn, man. Ite me yato me tararo tato. Man, you fucking racist, man. Give me this goddamn flyer, man. You acting crazy, home.
Man, fuck you.
Oh, shit. Tebow, nigga.
What?
Who?
Tebow.
Oh, damn, I ain't been to class in a minute. Shit. Oh, shit.
What's up, y'all? What's up, Red? Thanks for the bike. What you got on my ties, homie?
I ain't got nothing.
I thought you already collected the time.
I did, but I want Red's 10%.
Stall him out.
What's up, Red? What you got on my ties, homie?
I ain't got nothing, man.
Oh, yeah, you got something.
I ain't got. Hey, man, that's messed up, man.
Shut your ass up or I knock your ass out.
Yo, Tebow, man, that's messed up, man. Give him his money back.
What money?
Right now. The money.
Hey, man, why ain't y'all help me?
Yeah, man, I paid my tithes.
Man, that's fucked up. If it was y'all, I would have helped y'all.
What about the time he took the ties from me in Zariah's backyard?
Oh, that was different.
Man, let's jump him.
Man, sit your ass down, man.
Man, I got mind control over Tebow. When he here, I pay my tithes. But when he leave, I pay my tithes.
Man, damn, man. I should have just paid my tithes, man.
Man, that nigga gonna cry in the car.
You should have paid his ties.
Shit, real shit.
This shit is endless. What I speak is the truth. I don't care if it's offensive. 12 rounds hit hard, and this shit gon' go the distance. Way to exit cool, but wait till you see the interest. Know that we them niggas when we walk inside the entrance. Put me as the GOAT, you should be honored to get a mention. All my clips is standard, but I still get need extensions. Switch on the big 30, sound like when it's spitting. Album so hot, I had to give him an.
Hey, I'm just following orders. Let me get one of those slow motion pictures, bro. One of the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on,
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. So they like, damn, man, you cut up, nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Sabi got this bitch off the hand, got this juice, got this drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit.
Hey! One way! One way! One way! One way! One way!
Coming up on my I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside with soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit, lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third, lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping, kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a kind. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoking, so we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. As if they make the wrong move and coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, keep on shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit.
Yeah. You know what it is. It is the ISUPK. That's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge out of Harlem, New York, since 1969, under Commander General Yohana. And we've been called to teach so-called Black, so-called Hispanic, and so-called Native Americans that we are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Is my sound good? Check my sound. Should sound. I can't hear out my earpiece. How does the volume sound? No volume?
There you go.
I'm so out.
Came up when you said can't hear out my earpiece.
All right. So tonight's class is are Israelites called strangers in the Bible? But before I get into that, I got a couple questions that I got to respond to. I got someone that wrote in and sent over a couple of questions. And the questions they sent over was, the first one is, what is it? Who is Jesus, right? All right, now the reason why this Salakia, first of all, Shalom. Salakia, Shalom Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shabbarakathum to the brothers. Shalom Shamar Atham Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah to the sisters. All right. So like I said, tonight's class, we got some questions that got to be answered, dealing with the scriptures. Now, this person is asking these questions is of course a Christian, right? And this person being a Christian is struggling with their faith. You know, they're coming across different things that they're hearing in the class, and they're making them question their faith because their precepts is not lining up. All right. They are really stuck in court into the whole Christian theology, the whole Christian movement. So it's a little difficult for them to understand certain things. So they sent in a couple questions. All right. So the first question that they sent in was, who is Jesus? Well, of course, we believe that we believe this. Hey, can you get young man Chris, can you get me John 1 and 40? This is who we believe Jesus is. Can you give me John 1 and 43? We're going to start at the book of John, chapter 1 and verse 43. All right. They're saying, well, who is this? Who is Jesus? So, because of course they believe Jesus is some guy walking around, shaking hands, kissing babies, soft-spoken, high-pitched voice. They got this weird image of the Messiah in their mind. But this is who we say the Messiah is. Go ahead.
John 1 and 43. The day following, Jesus will go forth into Galilee and findeth Philip and saith unto him, follow me. Now Philip was of Bethsaida, the city of Andrew and Peter. Philip findeth Nathanael and saith unto him.
So when Philip found Nathanael, this is what he said. Read.
We have found him.
We have what?
We have found him.
We have found him. Just like in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commander General Yana, we have found him. Read.
Of whom Moses is in law, and the prophets did write, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph.
See, that's very important. It's very important to understand that who we believe Yahweh Shah is, we believe that he's the one that Moses wrote about in the law and the prophets did right. Jesus, his real name is Yahweh Shah Mashiach, right? The son of Joseph. We believe that he's the son of Joseph. All right. Well, why do we believe that? First of all, where did Moses write about Yahweh Shah? Deuteronomy 18 and 18. Deuteronomy 18, 18. This is what Philip is talking about. We have found him. When he found Nathanael, he said unto them, we have found him, of whom Moses in the law did write about. Well, let's see what Moses had to say about this Jesus, right? What did he say? Deuteronomy 18 and 18. Go ahead. You got a young man, Chris?
Not yet.
Deuteronomy 18:18.
I got it.
Go ahead.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verse 18. I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren.
So this is who we believe and who we say Yahushua is. He is, read it again.
I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren.
So this is a prophet. This is a man that was raised up from among his brethren. Go ahead.
Like unto thee.
Like, just like you, Moses, just like you, Aaron, just like you. Go ahead.
And will put my words in his mouth.
This is why Yahushua said, the words that I speak unto you, they are not my own. He said, I have come to do the will of him that sent me. Everything he said, everything he did, he learned from his father. So this is the Most High saying, read that again.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 18, verse 18.
And I want you to start right there.
And I will put, and will put my words in his mouth.
See, the Most High put the words that Yahushua spoke, which is known to you as Jesus Christ. He is the one that put those words in his mouth. He taught him everything that he said, and he didn't do anything outside of the Most High power. Go ahead.
And he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him.
Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak.
So all of the words, anything that he said, the Most High told him to say it. So if you did not accept it, you wasn't accepting the Most High, because he said, read it again.
And it shall come to pass that whosoever, verse 19, Deuteronomy 18:19, and it shall come to pass that whosoever will not hearken unto my words, which he shall speak in my name, I will require it of him.
So we believe that Jesus is the Messiah. We believe he's the one that the prophets have been waiting for. We believe he's the one that he said unto John. John was the last prophet from that era, from those times. So he was the last prophet that prophesied about the Messiah, and he saw the Messiah. So we believe that Jesus is the Messiah. All right. We believe he's the Messiah, and he was raised from among his brethren. He's the son of Joseph. Give me Hebrews chapter 2 and verse 16. This is who the king is. He's our king. He's our leader. All right. Jesus is our leader. He's the one that we follow. As Paul said, follow me as I follow Christ. Well, that's what we do. Under Commander General Yohana, we're following the Messiah as he taught the foundation of the 12 foundations of the New Testament, which is the 12 apostles that you find in Revelation. That's who we believe in. That's what we follow. All right. Hebrews 2 and 16. You got it, young man, Chris? Get it.
Hebrews 2 and 16. For verily he took not on him the nature of angels.
This is talking about Yahushua, the Messiah, Jesus. It says, for verily he took not upon the nature of angels. Well, why that's important? It's important because that's what a lot of Christians believe. A lot of Christians believe that that's the nature that he took up on. But he did not. He did not take up on the nature of angels. Go ahead.
But he took on him the seed of Abraham.
He took up on the seed of Abraham, just like all of his brothers. He took up on the seed of Abraham. He came no other way besides the way that the Messiah prophesied, that the Old Testament prophesied that he would come. And he came through the seed of Abraham. Go ahead.
Wherefore in all things it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren.
No, like in some things.
Like his brethren.
In some things.
All things.
All things. It's very important to understand in all things. That's highlighted. That should jump out. Because in the Christian faith, They believe that he was made different from everybody else. They believe that it was some magical gas type thing. I don't know what was the actual object that they said that was used to actually impregnate Mary. I know they say she was impregnated by the Holy Spirit, but what does that look like?
Right.
What does the Holy Spirit, what does that look like going inside of Mary? Picture that. What is that? See, we believe that he was made of the seed of Abraham. All right. And wherefore, in all things, it behooved him to be made like unto his brother. Keep reading.
That he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to God, to make reconciliation for the sins of people. For in that he himself has suffered being tempted, he is able to secure them that are tempted.
So when it says, for in that he himself had suffered being tempted, Christ had to be tempted to teach us how we should respond when we're tempted. If he was made like a mutant and he was tempted and he overcame the temptation, that wouldn't be a big deal. But if he was made just like me, excuse me, Salakia, and he overcome that temptation, I can learn from that because I'm made just like him. I'm made just like him. So that's who we believe Yahushua is. We believe he was a black man, a Negro from the house of Judah.
And if I may, that scripture also can answer a third question that was typed with, what in the scriptures leads you to believe that Mary did not conceive of the Holy Spirit? It says right there. It behooved him to be made like unto his brother.
It behooved you. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and jump to that one real quick. Give me Acts chapter 13 and verse 22. We'll go ahead and get that one out of the way. It's one more after that, right?
Does believing with our hearts and confessing with our mouths guarantee our place in heaven?
All right. This is Acts chapter 13. We're going to start at verse 22.
Acts 13, verse 22.
Mm-hmm.
And when he had removed him, he raised up unto them David to be their king.
So when it talks about when he had removed him, it's talking about Saul. The Most High removed Saul, took his spirit from Saul, and the Most High spirit was on David. So this is why it says, and he raised up unto them David to be their king. Keep reading.
To whom also he gave testimony and said, I have found David the son of Jesse, a man after mine own heart, which shall fulfill all my will.
Come on.
Of this man's seed have God.
What?
Of this man's seed.
That's very important to understand when he says of this man's sperm. That's what he's saying. Of this man's seed. Who is the man? David. He said of this man's seed. Go ahead.
Have God according to his promise raised unto Israel a savior, Jesus.
So he said of this man's seed. It doesn't say of this woman's seed. It says of this man's seed. Well, who is that man? That man would be David. That man would be David. So the question, one more thing, the question you would ask then, you probably would ask, well, how if David was dead? This is how. Luke 1 and 26. Luke 1 and 26.
Luke 1 and 26. And in the 6th month, the angel Gabriel was sent from God unto a city of Galilee named Nazareth, to a virgin espoused to a man whose name was Joseph, of the house of David.
That's very important. It says this man that she was espoused to, his name was Joseph, and he was from the house of David. This is why we started all of this out by saying that Philip found Nathanael and said, behold, we have found him, the one that Moses and the prophets and the law did write about, Jesus, the son of Joseph. Everyone knew that Joseph was the father of Yahushua. There wasn't nobody running around saying there's a prophecy that states that Mary would or a woman would get pregnant without the help of a man. All right. So I think that's about it. We're gonna stop right there. That's good. Any other questions? You can, when you watch this class, if you got any more questions, you can send them to me, and I'll get on them. I'll read them, and we'll answer your questions. All right. So tonight's class is called, "Can an Israelite be called a stranger?" Can the children of Israel be called strangers? Can they be called anything besides an Israelite? All right. All right. So the very first place we're gonna start. The very first place the word stranger is used. I brought this out before. Let's see if I can pull this out. All right. So it says, now this is the very first, give me Genesis 15 and 13. This is the very first place the word stranger is used. All right. This is the very first place. You got that up? Genesis 15 and 13.
Genesis 15 to 13. And he said unto Abram, know of surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in the land that is not theirs.
So he's talking to Abraham, which is Abram, which is Abraham. And he said, know of a surety that thy seed shall be called a stranger in a land that is not theirs. Go ahead.
And shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years.
All right. So this is the first place the word stranger is used. And guess what? The first place the word stranger is used for Israelites. It's used for Israelites. So, and the second, but I wanted to go to the third. The third time the word strangers is used in the scriptures is in Genesis 17 and 12.
Genesis 17 and 12. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you. Every man child in your generations, he that is born in the house or bought with money of any stranger, which is not of thy seed.
All right. So that is not of thy seed. So he's speaking to Abraham. So here we have the word seed used twice. We got it used in Genesis 15, 13. It says that Abraham seed shall be called a stranger in a land that is not their own. And again, Genesis 17 and 12, where he says to Abraham under the covenant that the non-Israelite that was bought with money, which would be a slave, they themselves would have to be circumcised. And this is talking about a non-Israelite. So question, this is the question that I asked. Hold on a second. Gotta find it. Go to Ezekiel 47 and 22. So remember, the first time the word stranger is used for Israelite. So boom, that we already know that the word Israelite can be called stranger. All right. But how would we discern? How could we know when it is an Israelite stranger or a non-Israelite stranger? How would we know that? That's the question. You got it?
Ezekiel 47 and 22.
Mm-hmm.
And
now this is like it. This is a precept that a lot of Christians use, especially a lot of Christians on Clubhouse. They love to use this scripture right here. Go ahead.
And it shall come to pass that ye shall divide it by a lot for an inheritance unto you, and to the strangers that sojourn among you, which shall beget children among you.
Salakia, go up to verse 22. 21. What's that? Ezekiel
47 to 21.
Oh, yeah, what does that say?
So shall ye divide the land unto you according to the tribes of Israel.
Go up to, let's see. Go ahead. Yeah, that's the wild. Go ahead. Keep reading.
Go 22 again.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass that ye shall divide it by a lot for an inheritance unto you, and to the strangers that sojourn among you, which shall begat children among you, and they shall be unto you as born in the country among the children of Israel. They shall have inheritance with you among the tribes of Israel.
Now, what would you say? Is that an Israelite stranger or a non-Israelite stranger? What would you say, young man, Kirsten?
I would say it's an Israelite stranger because they have inheritance.
Exactly.
Right.
It's just really that simple. It really is. It's really just that simple, because he would have an inheritance. And that's the most important. Whenever you see the word stranger or Gentile or sojourn, any of these words, you would know from the rip that what? That if, based on the context, if it's about an inheritance, if it's about anything to deal with the promise, you know who that is. You know that cannot be a non-Israelite. And this is where Christians come in and they argue this fight. But we're going to give you the law pertaining to this. We're going to give you the law, and then we're going to go through a couple scriptures to show you how you would navigate in understanding certain precepts using the word stranger. Let's go to Leviticus. You know what I want? Leviticus 25 and 35. So this is the law, period. So this right here, you use this to navigate throughout the whole Bible, dealing with strangers or sojourners. All right. So it's laws that govern this. All right. Leviticus 25 and 35.
Leviticus 25 and 35. And if thy brother be waxing poor and fallen in decay with thee, then thou shalt relieve him. Yea, though he be a stranger or a sojourner, that he may live with thee.
What does that say? What does that say?
So your brother can be a stranger.
And how would he become a stranger based on this?
If he was poor and you had to take him in.
Right. So an Israelite can be called what? A stranger or a sojourner. So if an Israelite fall on hard times, you can relieve him, though he be a stranger or a sojourner. How do you relieve him? That he may live with you. Keep going.
Take thou no usury of him, or increase, but fear thy God, that thy brother may live with thee. Thou shalt not give him thy money upon usury, nor lend him thy victuals for increase.
What is that saying?
That you're not giving them money for using them.
You're not giving them money to, and you're going to charge them interest. You're not going to lend him no money and charging interest.
Gotcha.
All right. Keep going. Hold up, Slack. Go ahead.
Slack, if I may, going back up to verse 35, it just came to me the thought, like we just had the Passover, right?
Right.
And we have brothers that came in from other cities, even other countries that we may not personally know. They would be strangers and sojourners.
Right.
Because even somebody from Virginia, we stay in Delaware, they stay in Virginia. And you know, they may be a sojourner. They may come into Delaware. We may take them in. We may, look out for them, give them room, shelter, feed them or whatever. Show that brotherhood, though he be a stranger or sojourner, but they're still our brother.
He's still our brothers. And we will all be considered strangers when it comes to the land. We will all be considered that if we're not living in the land.
Right.
All right. Keep going.
Verse 38. I am the Lord your God, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt, to give you the land of Canaan, and to be your God. And if thy brother that dwelleth by thee waxen poor, and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bondservant.
All right, so now he's comparing an Israelite to a bond servant. All right, he says, if thy brother that dwell by thee be waxed poor and be sold unto thee, thou shalt not compel him to serve as a bond servant. Keep going.
But as an hired servant.
Still talking about Israelite. Go ahead.
And as a sojourner. He shall be with thee and shall serve thee until the year of Jubilee.
So the law is actually stating that he is going to stay with you and serve you. All right? Serve in your house. Be as a hired servant in your house until the year of Jubilee. Well, what is the year of Jubilee? Keep going.
And then shall he depart from thee.
So during the time of the Jubilee, he should depart from thee. Go ahead.
Both he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own family and unto the possession of his fathers that shall return. For they are my servants.
Salakia, read that again, 41.
And then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own family and unto the possession of his fathers that shall he return.
All right, stop right there for a second. Hold on. Now I'm gonna shoot over to Ezekiel 47 and 22. It says, and it shall come to pass that ye, you can stay right there, that ye shall divide it by lots for an inheritance unto you and to the stranger that is sojourned among you, which shall begot children among you, and they shall be unto you as born in the country among the children of Israel. So if you're born in the country among the children of Israel, you're going to receive your inheritance. You're going to receive your inheritance. So if you go back to 25 and 41, read that again.
Leviticus 25 and 41.
Salakia 41, right.
And then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own family, and unto the possession of his fathers shall he return.
So that's where they go back to during the time of the Jubilee. Because all 12 tribes have an inheritance. The only ones that don't have an inheritance is the Levites, the priests. But we all had our inheritance, and the Levites had a place just as well. But the point is that they are to go and possess what was given to their forefathers. So if it's a non-Israelite, let's say it's a Hamite or Japhet, I don't know where you go into. I don't know your inheritance. The Most High gave inheritance to the 12 tribes of Israel. So that's what they'll go back to. So when it says, once again, it says in verse 41, and then shall he depart from thee, both he and his children with him, and shall return unto his own father, and unto the possession of his father shall he return, because he has land. So remember, this is still talking about an Israelite, a stranger or a sojourner. You want to answer?
Didn't you ask a question earlier? You asked what is the year of Jubilee?
No, I said what was a Jubilee?
Right. That question.
Well, you want to answer?
Kind of. So
Go ahead.
if we go up further up in the chapter, in verse
Go ahead, drop that and pull it.
Verse.
The Jubilee is very important. The Jubilee is a time where you're working, you don't have your inheritance, and then you return back to that. I think it's like 50. What is it? Every 50. Is it 50? What? Yeah.
Verse 8. Leviticus chapter 25, verse 8.
All right. 50 years. I knew it was something.
And thou shalt number 7 Sabbaths of years unto thee, 7 times 7 years, and the space of the 7th Sabbath of years shall be unto thee 49 years. Then shalt thou cause the trumpet of the Jubilee to sound on the 10th day of the 7th month. In the day of atonement shall ye make the trumpet sound throughout all your land. Verse 10. And ye shall hallow the 50th year, and proclaim liberty throughout all the land unto all the inhabitants thereof. It shall be a jubilee unto thee, and ye shall return every man unto his possession, and ye shall return every man unto his family.
So that's the jubilee. So if you have a non-Israelite as a stranger that's among you, and the year of jubilee hit, where do he go? Where do he go, Chris? If you got a non-Israelite stranger living among you, and now the jubilee is here, what you supposed to do with him?
Set him free.
You want to set him free, sir?
No, sir.
We're going to till the ground.
Till the ground, boy. Go till that ground. Don't worry about what my brother is doing. You go till the ground, right? Yeah, it's crazy. Nah, let's see.
That's for our brother. That's for our people.
Right. It's no law that states that you let the non-Israelite stranger go. Go ahead, keep going. Verse 42.
For they are my servants.
This is the Most High saying this. This is why you can't possess another Israelite. You can't hold another Israelite past the Jubilee because they is his servant. We are the servants of the Most High, right? Keep going.
Which I brought forth out of the land of Egypt. They shall not be sold as bondmen. Thou shalt not rule over him with rigor, but shalt fear thy God.
All right, keep going.
Both thy bondmen and thy bondsmaids, which thou shalt have.
Real quick. So 43, when you get to 43, that's the end of dealing with a brother, stranger, or sojourner. All right. When you get to 43, that's it dealing with the brother. Remember, you release him the year of Jubilee. And then he says in verse 43, thou shalt not rule over him with rigor, but shall fear the Lord thy God. But then when you get to verse 44, now it's going to talk about other strangers, non-Israelite strangers. Go ahead.
Verse 44, both thy bondmen and thy bondsmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are around about you, and them shall ye buy bondsmen and bondsmaids. Moreover, the children of the strangers that do sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begat in your lands, and they shall be your possession. And ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them for a possession. They shall be your bondmen forever.
No, just until the Jubilee.
Forever.
Forever. Go ahead.
But over your brethren, the children of Israel, ye shall not rule one over another with rigor.
So now you see the difference in the two. The Israelite stranger and the non-Israelite stranger, you treat them completely different from each other. They are completely different. They are not the same at all. They are not the same at all. Now, let's use that law for a minute. Let's use that law. Let's go to Genesis 17. Let's use that law. I'm ask young man Chris to help us out on this. We're going to go to Genesis chapter 17, and you're going to read verse 8.
Genesis 17 and 8. And I will give unto thee and thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger.
Who is he talking to?
Israelites.
Nope. Look at it. Who are you talking to?
Now,
find out. Israelites not even here yet in Genesis 17. Well, they there, but they not out.
Right.
They there, but they just not out.
So he's talking
in his balls.
Abraham.
He's talking to Abraham. So, all right, now take it from the top. Verse 8.
And I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan for everlasting possession, and I will be their God.
Verse 10.
This is my covenant, which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised.
Verse 11.
And ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and that shall be a token of the covenant betwixt me and you.
Mm-hmm.
And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you. Every man child in your generations, he that is born in the house or bought with the money of any stranger. which is not thy seed.
So now we see both Abraham and his seed has to be certain. Abraham, his seed, and the strangers that's not his seed. What position are these strangers in verse 12? What position are they in Abraham's house?
They're servants.
Are they servants?
Bond servants.
They're bond. Make sure we want to say they're bond servants because there's a difference. Remember, there's a difference. So these are the bond servants. And guess what? Do they receive the promise?
No.
No, they do not. Because, and this is the reason why. Verse 27.
Verse 27. And all the men of his house, born in the house, and bought with money of the stranger, were circumcised with him.
Now, because they were circumcised, does that qualify them to receive the promise?
No.
Why?
Because they're not in his bloodline.
We don't want to say bloodline because everybody has the same blood. I just don't like to use this bloodline. What do you think about that? I like to say seed.
I hear the general say blood sometimes, so I look at it as it's too wild. So
it's too wild. It's too wild. But the bloodline of Abraham, all right, they're not the ones that's bought with money, they're not his. So, but they still have to be circumcised. They still have to be circumcised. Can you read verse 18 and 19? Just to prove and show just that. Go ahead.
Verse 18. And Abraham said unto God, "Oh, that Ishmael might live before thee."
Why did he say that? Why is he saying that? Why is Abraham saying that? You know why? Go up to verse where you stop at 12 before. Start at 13.
Verse 13. He that is born in thy house and he that is bought with thy money must needs be circumcised.
Go ahead.
And my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant.
Who is he talking to?
Abraham.
Go ahead.
And the uncircumcised man child, whose flesh of his foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people.
Mm-hmm.
And he hath broken my covenant.
Mm-hmm.
And God said unto Abraham, as for Sarai, thy wife, thou shalt not call her name Sarai, but Sarah shall her name be. And I will bless her and give thee a son also of her. Yea, I will bless her, and she shall be a mother of nations. Kings of people shall be of her. Then Abraham fell upon his face and laughed and said in his heart, shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old? And shall Sarah that is 90 years old bear?
So now, verse 18.
And Abraham said unto God, "O that Ishmael might live before thee."
So what is he saying?
Is he saying that his son Ishmael carried on instead of him?
Exactly. Because Abraham didn't have any children at this time. At this time right here, he didn't have any children. Remember, he said right before that in verse 17, and Abraham fell upon his face and laughed and said in his heart, shall a child be born unto him that is 100 years old, and unto Sarah that is 99 years old? So he's more like they too old to be having any children.
Sort of like a doctor.
Yeah. He like, what? I'm a buck. Well, why you 99? What are you talking about? So then that's why he says, and Abraham said unto him, oh, that Ishmael might live before thee. So he's saying, can Ishmael get the promise? Can Ishmael be the recipient of the covenant? All right. Go ahead.
Verse 19. And God says, Sarah thy wife shall bear thee a son indeed, and thou shalt call his name Isaac. And I will establish my covenant with him for an everlasting covenant, and with his seed after him.
Mm-hmm.
And as for Ishmael, I have heard thee. Behold, I have blessed him, and will make him fruitful, and will multiply him exceedingly. 12 princes shall he beget, and I will make him a great nation. But my covenant will I establish with Isaac, which Sarah shall bear until thee at this set time in the next year. And he left off talking with him, and God went up from Abraham.
All right, that's 12. So he wanted to give it to Ishmael. So Ishmael can't get the covenant. Ishmael can't get the promise. Ishmael, he can be blessed, but that means that any of his descendants cannot get the promise forever. Not just until the Old Testament, until Christ comes. The whole shebang. They can never, because Abraham, he petitioned for Ishmael, and the Most High told him no. And where you stop at?
22.
All right. So that's 12. All right. So now, stranger. Go to Genesis 23 and 4. This is where Salakia. No. Matter of fact, you go to Psalm 69 and 8. So as y'all can see on the board, you can see Abraham, David, and Christ was referred to as strangers. Now, I don't know if y'all ever heard the one about Yahushua, but we're going to pull that one. You got it?
Psalm 69 and 8.
Go ahead.
I am become a stranger unto my brethren.
This is David. David is saying, I have become a stranger unto my brethren. Why? Because this is during the time when Saul was chasing David. And David definitely wasn't in his land. He was running from Saul. He was running from his brethren. And he said this. He's not in the land. Read it again.
I am become a stranger unto my brethren, and an alien unto my mother's children.
So if David can be called stranger, you can be called a stranger. You could be considered a stranger. So Israelites can be strangers. Give me Matthew 25 and 35.
If I may, that verse there, that can be applied to even what Joseph went through, because he was.
That's what I thought about when I
right. That whole verse can be applied to his whole situation.
Right.
They didn't know him when they went to Egypt, you know.
And he was definitely a stranger.
A stranger to him. Yeah.
Go ahead, Matthew 25 and 35.
Matthew 25 and 35.
Mm-hmm.
For I was 100, and ye gave me meat.
This is Yahushua speaking. For I was hungered, and you gave me meat. Go ahead.
I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me in.
So Yahushua is even saying, I was a stranger. So Israelites can be called strangers. Israelites can be called strangers. We're going to go to Exodus 12. I want to kind of like stay in the Old Testament on this one. Go to Exodus chapter 12. We're going to start at verse 19.
Just reading further in Matthew 25.
You want to go back there? No, we'll go back there.
I just want to read all the way down to 40.
Hold on.
Down to 40.
What, you want to pull it up on the screen?
I thought it really applied. It says, I'm going to just start at verse 37 again. Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee an hunger and fed thee, or thirsty and gave thee drink? When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick or in prison and came unto thee? Verse 40, and the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me. I thought that point was very heavy. The king, this the king, this Yahweh himself saying,
right?
If you have done it to the least of your brethren, you have done it unto him. Right? Say any other nation. He's talking specifically about the children of Israel.
And no one else except the children of Israel. All right. So now we're gonna go to Exodus chapter 12. This is a big one too. This is a real big one right here.
What verse?
You can start at verse 19.
Exodus 12 and 19.
Mm-hmm.
7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land.
So what is this saying? Is that talking about an Israelite stranger?
So that sounds like talking to both.
Is it? Read it again.
7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land.
So read verse 43.
Verse 43. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall be no stranger eat thereof.
So now, so he's saying, what is that saying?
That no stranger can eat.
So now read 19 again.
Verse 19. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land.
So who is that? Who is that talking about?
The congregation of Israel.
Exactly.
Damn right.
Damn right. The congregation of Israel, and it can only be Israel. What you got to say on it?
So what if they had a bondservant there and they ate leaven?
Oh, we gonna address that. We're gonna address it. What was you about to say?
I'll just remind folks that we just came out of the Feast of Unleavened Bread last night. A big shout out to Officer Isaiah War, Officer Todd Diard, Officer Zara Bakar, Officer Kahal for holding down the service last night, for the sisters for bringing food, and everyone that participated in the closing of the Feast of Unleavened Bread and actually obeyed this right here, what we're reading right now. You know
Exactly. All right. So now read verse 48.
Verse 48. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land.
So what is he saying there?
If you're born there, you have to be circumcised, pretty much practice. They have to practice what you practice.
They got to be circumcised for sure.
Yeah.
Because I own them.
Mhm.
I own them. So therefore, they have to be circumcised. So if it's a non, where it says in 43, verse 43, hold on. Matter of fact, Mataziala, can you pull that up? I'm going to take this down so that they can, I want to read a little bit more into, go to Exodus 12. Exodus 12. Exodus 12 and pull that up. All right, so that's Exodus 12, where we started at 19, right? So we can make sure that we get some clarity on this. Exodus 12, verse 19. Read that again.
Exodus 12 and 19.
Mm-hmm.
7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses. For whosoever eateth that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land.
All right, so that's letting you know that if it's an Israelite or Israelite stranger, all right, period. If it's an Israelite and he eat that which is leavened, he's going to be cut off. Verse 20, keep going.
Verse 20, ye shall eat nothing leavened. In all your habitations shall you eat unleavened bread.
Go ahead.
Then Moses called for all the elders of Israel and said unto them, draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover.
Mm-hmm.
And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and 2 side posts with the blood that is in the basin. And none of you shall go out at the door of his house until the morning.
So this has to be Israelites.
Right.
This can't be nobody else but Israelites. This can't be Egyptians. This can't be nobody but Israelites. Keep going.
For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he seeth the blood upon the lintel and on the 2 sides of the post, the Lord will pass over the door and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you.
Mm-hmm.
And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to thee and to thy sons forever. And it shall come to pass when ye be come to the land which the Lord will give you, according as he has promised, that ye shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass when your children shall say unto you, what mean ye by this service? That ye shall say, it is the sacrifice of the Lord's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses. And the people bowed the head and worshiped.
And this is what you should be saying whenever someone asks you, why do we celebrate the Passover? You should, verse 27 is the precept that you should be saying. All right. That's what you should be coming out of your mouth and speaking on. All right. Go down to verse 33.
Verse 33. And the Egyptians were urging upon the people that they might send them out of the land in haste. For they said, we be all dead men. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading throughs, being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses. And they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels and silver and the jewels of gold and raiment.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, so that they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Egyptians. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot that were men beside children.
All right, now go down to 43. Now we pretty much got a hold and a grip on exactly everything that's going on. They're leaving Egypt. They're coming out of Egypt of the Passover. Verse 43.
Verse 43. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof.
So what is that? Now he's letting you know that right after he said, verse 38, and a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herbs and very much cattle. And then when you get down to 43, he says, there shall no stranger eat thereof. That means no stranger can eat it. Go ahead.
But every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof.
So now that's the only way. So if a non-Israelite partake in the Passover, he has to be a bond slave of ours. He has to be a servant of ours that we circumcised. All right. And that by us circumcising him, that shows that we own them. Then it says, so remember, it says, verse 43, and the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof, but every man's servant that is bought for money, when thou circumcise him, then he shall eat thereof. Keep going.
A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof.
What is that talking about?
So
let's say you in Israel.
Mm-hmm.
What would be a hired servant?
Somebody, you saying I'm in Israel, or
you in Israel?
That's somebody that I hired.
That's all it is. It's just somebody that you hired. They may not eat. Excuse me, Salakia. A foreigner, meaning someone that is not from Israel, right? Or a servant that's not from Israel. If they're in Israel, they cannot partake in the Passover. Period. You can't participate unless you're an Israelite and you accept the covenant and you've been circumcised on the 8th day and your slaves are circumcised. All right, keep going.
In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth out of the flesh abroad out of the house. Neither shall you break a bone thereof.
Go ahead.
All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land. For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof.
That's the only way. You have to partake in the covenant. You got to be circumcised. Your servants got to be circumcised. And if your servants are not circumcised, you can't eat the Passover, and neither can your servants, because you're not following the covenant. You're not circumcised on the 8th day. This is why being circumcised on the 8th day was so important, especially getting into the New Testament to the Pharisees and scribes. This is why they held on to it so heavy. This is the reason why they held on to it so heavy. Keep going. 49.
One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and to the stranger that sojourneth among you. Thus did all the children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron. So did they. And it came to pass the selfsame day that the Lord did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies.
All right. So I told you I wasn't going to have y'all long. Any questions in the chat? Let me check the chat. Any questions in the chat? Any questions in the chat? No questions in the chat. I'm going to turn the class over to precinct officer Tanya.
Yep. All right. ISPK security announcements. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off duty for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and show themselves to the world. If they need transportation, teachable arrangement. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they receive counsel from the heads. Tithe, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in Hebrew, ma'ashra. That's 10% for every penny of any increase will give. Priest funds, free will offer for the priest. It's not mandatory. It's whatever amount you'd like to donate. Upcoming holy convocations, we have the Feast of First Fruits coming up in June 17th. I believe that date is June 17th. It's on a Monday. All right. And that service will be held right here in Smyrna, Delaware. All right. If you're in Delaware, come out to 202 North DuPont Boulevard. All right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. With that being said, if Israel, Elijah, you stand. If Israel, Elijah, spot. Elijah, Barak, Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh, Shabbat, Yahweh, Star, be determined. I'll get a sister courtesy salute. If Israel, Elijah, spot. Elijah, Barak, Yahweh, Shema, Thumba, Hashem, Yahweh, Shah, Yahweh,
Get down here to class, 1232 North King Street, Wilmington, Delaware.
Shalom, Lord Christ, to my brothers and sisters, man. Y'all need to come down to 1232 North King Street, where the truth resides, man. ISUPK Delaware. We definitely representing doing some big things. Right?
202 North DuPont Boulevard in Smyrna, Delaware.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Come and be a part of this rising thing that we got going on here in Delaware.
I hear everybody claiming that they love the Lord and love God and all that. Well, get in here and show it. You know what I mean? The scriptures say faith without works is dead. So if you ain't doing nothing, your faith is dead. So get up and do something. What you need to do is get your ass up and get in the class. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing else. You're sitting home wasting time. Everything is going on around you. and you don't know how to compartmentalize these things. You understand? I'm on my way to class right now, like you should be. You know what I'm saying? Class don't stop for nothing.
Cap, I just reminded me because I wanted you to pull that scripture.